Hey guys, this is my garden update. I think it's been about 3 months. I will have to check before I post this, but I know I planted kind of mid to the end of April, so it's now the 2nd of July. So first off, the hummingbird bush is now blooming. This is so, I wish you could smell it. It's just amazing. It smells so good. I'm gonna lean in. Oh, it's so good. But sadly the blossoms, they last several months, but then they're gone. But they do last longer than the honey locust tree. But yeah, I love this. I love walking out here and smelling this. The garden phlox still is not here, but it's getting there. You can just see a tiny bit of color peeking through. But yeah, my lettuce is starting to bolt, and I may have to plant some more because everything's kind of, it starts bolting and it kind of gets too bitter tasting. But yeah, you can see how everything's getting like really tall. Oh, and some grass that the squirrels planted. Thanks. This is probably corn actually. But it did really well. I ate a lot of this. But yeah, I need to eat a bunch more and put some more lettuce seeds in there. This is my raspberry patch, and it is crazy this year. I didn't know raspberries were just so easy to grow. I bought one little twig that was maybe like, I don't know, 2 feet long for like $5 from some neighbor gardener that was selling them. And started off with a patch, which you can just barely see the edging right there of where the original patch is supposed to be. But it spreads out, throws out little shoots. And so I used to have a bench right here, and now it's just more raspberries. But it's interesting, they grow like these tall sticks like every year, and then they just die back to pretty much nothing. And I've really done, other than trimming it back a bit and relocating some of the little shoots that come out onto this pathway here, I haven't done anything, and it's just crazy. And I just picked all of these, and here you can see these are all the ones that have been picked, and you can see them growing here. They're just amazing. There's so many of them, and they're huge and beautiful. So now I've got to go online and figure out some kind of recipe to make. I may make some kind of like raspberry muffins or cookies or something. But let's go over to the garden. We've got these beets. Every time I post a video, I'm like, these beets. They just have not grown very well, and they're all kind of weird. I pulled one of them up the other day, and it was like the size of a pea. So I don't think I'm going to grow beets again. Yeah. The kale has grown amazing. I use this all the time in sandwiches. I've also stir-fried it up. It's really, really good. I think I'm going to try to make some kale chips too, because now I've just got so much of it. But isn't this just so pretty? I love how curly the edges are, and that bright purple is just so cool. And then look at the actual stalks are bright purple. This is a red kale, and I think I will grow this one from now on because I like how the leaves, though the plant's growing really big, the leaves themselves stay pretty small, and so they stay nice and sweet. They're not like, they don't get bitter or bland. They're just really, really good. These are green onions. Oops, a knocked down dinosaur. And they're kind of, I haven't eaten them enough, so I think I need to cut some of these out and give them to neighbors or friends, and then pull up some of the onions because they're just kind of crazy. But yeah, it's kind of a mess. This isn't a very impressive organic garden right now, is it? This is my snow peas climbing up the windmill. I really wish I'd got the peas that I mean the beans I got last year, but with the pandemic I just didn't really haven't done a lot of going out, and oh god, don't even start. So I just went with what I found at, I think I bought all of these at my organic market that I go to. These are more of the green onions, and then these are Brussels sprouts, and they're doing really well. Look how big they are. Really growing in pretty quickly. And I don't see any little, oh, is that a baby Brussels sprout down there? It might be. See that little tiny, because they grow right here in that little crease. The peas on this trellis, I don't know what happened with them. You can tell this is just not that great a garden this year, but I haven't honestly tended to it like I usually do because I've been so stressed with the pandemic. But I need to plant some new seeds along here because most of these peas did not make it. Okay, let's head over here. Happier news to see my yellow and green zucchini, which I grew last year and I did again this year, and they are just amazing. Look at, here's the green zucchini. There's 2 plants here. You can see there's nothing yet on this one, but if we go over here, see the zucchini down there? And then there's another one coming up here. And then the yellow zucchini is really going crazy. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 that I can easily see. That almost looks like a double one. It's kind of interesting. And then this one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 7. So we probably have at least a dozen of the yellow zucchini and the green zucchini. And this is a yellow zucchini, not summer squash or crookneck squash. It grows just like a zucchini, and it's really, really good. Let's see, the strawberry patch has, this is only, what is this, maybe 6 to 8 feet of space here. And this patch I've already picked and eaten 212 strawberries. Isn't that crazy? In just like the last month. But you can see a bunch here growing. They're just beautiful, all organic. I don't use any kind of fertilizers in here other than the organic fertilizer. I don't use any pesticides. The only thing I have had is the slugs that have been kind of munching on the strawberries. So I need to put something down for that. Oh, and look who's in the window, Mr. Rhodey. But so that is my, oh, wait a minute, the potatoes. Let's show you the potatoes. So I didn't have any potato tubers from the usual place I go. So I just bought some organic potatoes because they do not have a growth inhibitor sprayed on them, so they will grow. So these are going to be Yukon Gold potatoes. And oh, look how pretty those leaves are growing. It's really neat how the different sizes. But yeah, so these are growing really well in these pots. I need to add more soil. You need to just keep, oh good, these are sprouting too. I added some other ones in here that I recently got. But you want to keep adding the soil, and that will support the plant and also give them more room to put potatoes. But these look really good. But I hope you guys are staying safe during this pandemic. I hope you're wearing a mask. I hope you are not a Trump supporter. Anyway, stay safe, people, and keep planting.